com and the director of the Portland Comedy Film Festival. We have an event coming up, the Portland Comedy Film Festival Fall 2022 on November the 13th at the Clinton Street Theater near downtown Portland. It's a great venue to watch films. We have all kinds of comedy, from series episodes to funny music videos, mockumentary films, dark comedy, sketch comedy, slapstick comedy, romantic comedy, you name it, every type of comedy you can think of. We're going to try to make you laugh with content that is 30 minutes or less from independent filmmakers all around the world. And we are joined by one of them. We are joined by Johnny Ray Gill, who is the director of a film called W.A.L.D, which is nominated for the Best Comedy Microfilm Award at the event. Thank you, Johnny, for joining us. How are you?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me. I rushed over here from the dentist, so I'm feeling all pearly white. You know what I'm saying?
Good. You look great, man, and I appreciate you being here and taking the time to talk about the film. It's really funny. The judges just love it. You make us look good, make a great content like this, and we appreciate you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be screening. It's also a pleasure to be screening in my hometown. Big up Portland. Shout out Portland gear. Always got to rep the town. Jefferson High School, Northeast Portland. Make sure you go get some wings at Nice Street Chicken.
All right. Now you got me about to go. I appreciate it. So let's talk about this a little bit. I want to give away the synopsis. I'm bad at that. I give away like the ending and everything. So if you don't mind, can you please put it in your own words?
Oh, of course. W.A.L.D is a satire about a woman who starts a nonprofit organization to tackle the erectile dysfunction crisis plaguing women all over America. And, it turns out that misinformation isn't a vagina's best friend. So, check it out.
What a concept, man. Creatively, why did you want to do this?
It came out of nowhere, man. As a lot of film ideas come. I was scrolling on Twitter, and I came across a journalist, a professor of journalism, Dr. Jelani Cobb, at Columbia. He was musing about erectile dysfunction and COVID on his Twitter page, and it was a conversation between him and a bunch of doctors. And I was floored. I was like, how had I not heard of this? Of course, I'm a man. There's a lot of men, obviously, in America. They were talking about it being an underutilized fact with the CDC, that people were studying this. And I was like, wow, this is wild. There's so much misinformation out about COVID, especially at the time. I think it was like August, like 2021 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, there's all this misinformation about vaccines causing autism that have been debunked, and COVID causes infertility, and like all this stuff that had reached this huge fever pitch. But I'm like, how had like limp willies not become a thing? And so people were talking about it, and there were like fake ads and all this really cool stuff. And I just said, hey, listen, if this is true, then there's a lot of women hurting for some loving, and there's a lot of limp willies walking around. And so Rachel Rittenhouse and the women of W.A.L.D were born. So the film taught me a lot just about how misinformation operates, taught me a lot about arrogance. You have, I don't know, people that work at Walmart. I always put it like this. If you worked at Walmart, I don't think I would want to listen to you tell me about how to make a Boeing 757. Seems kind of, I might want to listen to an engineer, aeronautical engineer, about that. I don't know. So there was just a great opportunity to have two worlds collide and make people laugh, which is oftentimes how you can reach people that are deeply entrenched in their beliefs, regardless of what they are. And at the end of the day, I just wanted to tell a great story, do something fun, and do something quick and dirty. My last film, we shot on 35. And so, especially during the pandemic, I was like, look, man, let's get some great artists together and make something that means something.
Did you learn anything, during the production of this that maybe you'll take to the next level?
Of course. I think that as long as I learned from my previous film, I think that less is more. I think that you can be, sometimes you don't need all the big bells and whistles. Like, you don't have to shoot your film on 35 millimeter if you don't need to. I think that you can call on your community more so. There's a couple of my friends that are in the project, and I'm a classically trained actor, so I'm very against just casting friends for the sake of casting friends. So I learned a lot. Also, we shot this entire project in one day. So, wow. When we were doing contracts with actors and things like that, I was telling them, I said, hey, listen, man, I'm gonna need you for like an hour. And of course, in Hollywood speak, an hour usually means 3 days.
Mm.
So when people came and we shot their stuff, we shot them out. I said, "Hey, I'll see you later. 30 minutes." And for
Yeah.
me as a director and as an artist, it's really being specific about what you need, what do you want to say in this scene, and it really pays off in the edit. It really pays off with the specificity of what you're working with, knowing why jokes are funny, what you want to do. And like I said, I learned that on a lot of these productions, people waste a lot of money, a lot of money.
For sure, for sure. Well, efficiency, that's something
Yeah.
we can get better at with every project. What do you got planned for the future? What's next?
Oh shoot. I'm in hush hush discussions right now to potentially be going on Broadway. So we'll see how that goes. It's
Mhm,
always been a dream. And I haven't been on stage in a long time since the vast majority of my career has been in TV and film.
mhm,
W.A.L.D is in discussions right now to be turned into a TV series.
mm,
So I'm just keeping my nose to the grindstone, and also I'm working on my album. It's called Screenplays. It's a collection of it's a collection of music they're all storyline records, and I'm looking forward to shooting this animated music video called Green Shoe Music. That's told from the perspective of the green shoes that the little girl was wearing during the Uvalde shooting.
mm.
That's a very powerful, poignant project I'm working on. And also, I'm doing a project with Oscar winner Gore Verbinski, his new animated feature. So look forward to that coming out in 2024. You know how the animated joints go. So
Yeah, you're busy, man. Well, that's great, though. That's great. Well,
trying
hey, I
to, man.
appreciate. Yeah, very, very good stuff to hear. It's inspirational to hear what you're doing, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate being here, sitting down and talking. For me, I just love screening my work. I think that's one of the things I've learned since coming out of film school and out of conservatory. It's a pleasure for people to watch your work, whether that's one person on the street or whether that's 20,000 people in Madison Square Garden. You never know whose lives you can change. You never know who you can touch.
Mm,
And you never know what kind of, brush fire you can start with you just being the kindling. So I think that's what we are as artists. I think, we're griots, in the African sense, like we're charged with telling the stories, right? And
mm.
and and moving on history. And I think so many of us forget that in the pursuit of the cash flow and pursuit of the fame and the notoriety and stuff, which is obviously very tempting. Um, but art has been used throughout history to change people's lives, from Nina Simone to Paul Robeson. So, that's the spirit in which I rock.
Excellent, excellent. Is there anything else you want to add before we go?
Oh yeah, I definitely just want to say thank you to the judges. I appreciate you. Obviously, the nomination, like Asante Sana for the official selection. Like I said, it's a blessing. And just I appreciate the whole Portland community. We're an example to the rest of the country. I'm always talking about Portland and the progress that we've made. Obviously, still we have a lot, a long way to go, just like everywhere else. But always rep the town because, like I said, it's where I was born and bred, and it's gonna be a good time to come back and see some old faces.
All right. Well, we're excited to see you. We're down at Clinton Street. It's a fun venue, and Portland comedy is a fun time. It's just nothing but laughs the whole time. So I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you bringing us good content.
Cool, cool, cool. Peace, y'all.